Here live. Good morning. It is May 1st, the Senate Judiciary. We're having a quick discussion on page 171 and just going to make sure that we're ready to vote. We're not voting on much, if anything, today, but I just want to make sure the committee's good to go on the language. Then we also have Ledge Council here. You give us the reminder again of what this bill does.
Sure. For the record, Michelle Child's Office of Legislative Counsel, looking at H 181 as it came over from the House.
171.
171. Oh, sorry. You know, there's a lot of bills that are, the numbers are close. And so this has to do with having the stakeholders get together and establish a protocol for interagency cooperation around when there's an officer involved shooting. So if you look at the language, subsection A is just some findings about why the General Assembly finds that this would be a good idea. Subsection B identifies the parties that would be involved. So it's the Attorney General's Office, DSAS, DPS, and Vermont Association of Chiefs of Police. And so remember, this is a situation of where you have an officer has been involved in a shooting, and there is a subsequent investigation. And so because of potential conflicts in the local community where that occurred, there may be other agencies that are not usually working in that county. It could be the AG's office is doing something, could be that state police is looking at something involved in local police. So what this proposal tries to do is just kind of gather everybody together. You'll see in subsection C, to come up with some clear definitions of what constitutes an officer involved shooting, what types of incidents would qualify, define conflict of interest. So kind of being able to have a clear guidance of when another agency should be come involved in the investigation. We look at page 2. To delineate the process for informing the Attorney General's office, SAS of an officer involved shooting, the steps for law enforcement investigations, describe the process for prosecutorial assessment of the investigative materials, and evaluating the process of investigation and prosecutorial review to ensure timely criminal charges, if those are appropriate, and identify and address existing barriers to timely criminal charging determinations. And then the final one is outlining the final outcome of the investigation. So, there are obviously these agencies are cooperating now in these types of incidents, but there isn't kind of like a formalized risk protocol that if there are inquiries by lawmakers about how the process goes, things like that. And so I think that it's really just kind of aimed at having them come to an agreed upon process and having that something that people can understand what that process is. So you've seen subsection E, we're supposed to provide a report by December 1st to the Senate and House committees on Judiciary. And if there's any legislative recommendations they have, it would include that in there, but it's really more about just for them establishing their internal protocol and making that available.
And do you happen to know what tool independent assessments are? Line 5.
I don't. I know I can say that it was the groups that are identified in B that were kind of collaborating on what should be in the report. So that didn't come from them. It might have actually, that provision might come from DPS specifically. You can follow up with them though.
Yeah, I think you're.
Let me pick it up.
Just curious.
I'll follow up, and so next time you pick this up, or I'll shoot you an email.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions, issues? Are we? Well, like I said, we're not voting on this today, but if we needed to pivot quickly next week, is everybody comfortable with the way it's written right now? Yeah. Great. So we will keep a pin in that for next week, and we can take a recess for the next 5 minutes.
Good time.